Hello everyone, this is Ross with Market Traders Daily, and this is today's video analysis for July 14, 2020. Today, we're looking at the GBPUSD Greater British Pound versus the US dollar for today's trade analysis. Looking here at the screen, we're looking at two different charts. Left-hand side, the daily time frame for the pound dollar. This shows the support resistance zones that we're looking at on a daily basis, looking for our decision areas. Where are we going to look to buy or sell a currency pair? And in this case, the pound dollar sitting into this green shaded area on the left hand side, 1.2530. 1.2510 is that green zone. We see that today's market sitting down on top of that level as support, and so far has been unable to break through that green zone. Look to the left, you can see the black circle shows historical resistance in this area, and not too far up to that, you saw a little bit of resistance here as well. So we know historically that the market below this green zone found resistance, now sitting above that green zone as support. That's very important for our trading today. As long as it sits above there, it'd be difficult to call a sell. We wouldn't want to go short on top of that green zone because there's a good chance that it finds at least some intraday support here and rallies back to a higher level. A breakdown through there, though, if it is successful in breaking down through there, we'd look for it to go down to the next levels lower. Something else interesting about this green shaded area, I took Fibonacci measurement from the lowest low down here at pink zone to the highest high, the green zone at the top of the chart, and that puts the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level at 1.2510, we'll call it. That's the bottom of that green zone. So we already know that historically the green zone was support resistance, and now we see Fibonacci identifying this level as support, as a retracement point for the pound dollar from the previous rise, the blue trend line. The risk, of course, now is that the market continues to go lower, breaks through that 382, and continues to go down to the next point of support. The orange shaded area would be your next point of support. 618 of that same fib level remains down here near the 124.10 level, way down here underneath the blue zone. So that's quite a ways lower. We wouldn't want to buy it and wait for that. So risk right now, if you decide to buy into the 382 and the green zone, stop loss is going to go underneath that green zone to limit the impact in case it turns around and goes lower. Sellers, if you're considering a sell, you need to wait for that. You need to wait for it to break that 382 in that green zone before you would sell it. You do have the 1.2500, that double zero level sitting just underneath the green zone as well. Buyers looking at this area and looking for some infusion of buying pressure to target back to the pink zone, which would be our next level of resistance. And by the way, where the 236 fib of that same range is 1.256075 is the pink zone. And of course, anything in a return to the uptrend and a challenge of the highs is back into the upper 126s. So we're looking at that green zone as an area of decision. We take it down here to the 4-hour time frame. There it is again. That doesn't change it, but look at what the market's doing here. It's finding that support. We're seeing the buyers fight back. These two current candles, the most recent candles with the longer wicks on the bottom, those long wicks show that buyers are trying to fight back. Buyers are trying to put some pressure back into the market after this fall back down. We see these two wicks here showing buying pressure, and if they are successful, back to the pink zone or higher. And I would point out somewhat of an example of that is when the market came down into it right here, where this black circle is. You see that wick sticking down in there, and eventually it returned to the rising trend. So again, buying pressure being shown by those two wicks sitting down there, the 382 fib sitting into there, tells me that right now the selling is probably not the best idea. I'd want to sell it closer to the pink zone or under the green zone if I was going to look for a short opportunity. So that's not really part of the game today. Then we take it over here to our volume indicator just to take a look at that as well. You can see where the pink and the green zone and the blue zone are within the chart there. We are inside the green zone, and by the way, it's hard to see because the coloration here, but the trend dots have turned green, the volumes turned green, and the heat map are green. All the way top to bottom, we see green starting right about right there. Put a vertical line there where everything turned green. So right about right there, everything turned green, and we're seeing that volume pressure also showing from this green shaded area. And of course, targeting back to the pink zone would be your opportunity, and of course, stop loss would be underneath the green zone if you decide to take the long on the pound dollar today.
From Forex Traders Daily, this has been your daily analysis with Ross Mullins. If you would like to get Ross's analysis on all the currency pairs he's watching and all the trades he takes today, join him in his live trade room by clicking on the link below. Please leave any comments you have about today's video in the comments section below.